What is going on, guys? It's Shu here, bringing you another review on Fire Force. We're approaching the end, and this was quite a traumatic episode. Honestly, seeing the despair in Shinra was wild. Just seeing how much was on his shoulders, as well as Haumea's. Honestly, so much going on for both of them. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into it. So, we start off with Haumea. As a young child, we know that she was picked out to be a priest, and she had so much on her. We see that she closed her eyes to seeing things and hearing all of the feelings and getting all the emotions. And this is something we've already known. But we see that obviously many, many years later, she has been filled with all the negative emotions and all the bad that people have had throughout the years, the unconsciousness, all that it weighed heavy on her and made her the person that she is. And obviously she's also had the help of the evangelist, which, plays a huge factor in all this. And we see that she finally reveals her eyes. And as she does, which, by the way, I think they were a very pretty blue. I think she's a very beautiful looking character. Now we see her full face. She was crying. And she was really crying throughout most of this episode, based on all of the emotions and the weight that she was carrying. And what's really crazy is the fact that we see Inca and Sumire, both of them, being consumed by the fire, basically allowing themselves to die. But this was only the first in many tricks, I guess you could say, or many instances in which Haumea, or the evangelist, was trying to get a reaction out of Shinra, and it does not work. But he is upset about it, like the fact that these people were willing to allow themselves to be burned to crisp just to basically appease Haumea. And now we see that another major truth is being revealed, and that is that Iris allowed herself to be destroyed. She allowed herself to be consumed by the fire. She allowed herself to be killed, as well as Amaterasu, the original version. Same side of the same thing, just different side of the different coin. Whatever, you know what I mean. I'm sorry. And so we see that she gets, hurt, and well, she's killed. Excuse me, goodness. And this, of course, pushes Shinra closer to that. And again, we have to remember, talking about Haumea, is pushing for this. She wants the great cataclysm to happen. But in order for that to happen, Shinra has to be pushed to the point of despair, to be, basically to turn. And I feel bad for Sho. He keeps trying to keep his brother under wraps. He keeps telling him, look, don't do this. Let's be focused. Let's be rational. Let's not do this. She's trying to get a reaction out of you. They tried attacking, and that didn't work. It was of no use. But again, he's trying to keep it together. Already seeing the one instance with Inca and Sumire, and then the second instance now with Iris. It's still not enough. I think it's mostly because of Sho. Sho's keeping him kind of level-headed. And I honestly thought that maybe at some point she was going to attack Sho, but that wasn't the case. In fact, we see that back on Earth, I guess you could say, or on outside in Japan, we see that Obi is helping out people. Company 8 as a whole is helping out people. They're doing all the good things, they're being a beacon of hope. However, we see that doppelgangers are still out there. And Obi's comes out and slices his neck, killing him. Which is enough to push Shinra to the point to where he actually goes into full despair mode. And this, of course, initiates the great cataclysm. And we see many people that we know and like start to be consumed, being destroyed. The black flames come. Everything and everyone is starting to be taken away. Obviously, Company 8 specifically, you know, they're hurting. They're seeing Obi being killed, and then now they're having to try to not be consumed by it as well. So now everything is happening. Devotees, company members, humans, just regular people, all of them being destroyed. But as the episode ends, you know, and we see all this is happening, there is still hope. And in fact, we see Arthur still floating in space. He's still alive, and we'll see what role he plays. But definitely an interesting turn of events, to the point to where we see Shinra in this new form. But that's it for me, guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you later.